Have you ever pondered the challenges faced by the Army and Air Force during the partition? The partition of India was a pivotal moment in history, causing a ripple effect that significantly impacted both the Army and Air Force. This momentous event triggered a period of intense strain for these forces, necessitating a comprehensive reorganization. Soldiers and officers alike were shuffled, and training took a back seat, often falling to partially trained soldiers tasked with internal security duties. The equipment maintenance fell short of the mark, with the intense use of vehicles leading to shortages and wear and tear. Worse yet, there was a dearth of experienced officers, which further complicated matters. As if that wasn't enough, the partition also brought about serious maintenance issues due to the relocation of depots and repair facilities based on old layouts. The partition has indeed posed significant obstacles for both the Army and Air Force, but that was just the beginning of the ordeal. The Army, in particular, was under immense strain. Picture an institution in flux, an organization grappling with significant changes in its ranks. Officers and soldiers were shuffled around, like puzzle pieces in a complex game of strategy and survival. This reorganization was not without its repercussions. Training, a critical aspect of military readiness, suffered. Partially trained soldiers were being pulled from their training regiments to fulfill pressing internal security duties. Imagine the strain on equipment maintenance. The Army's vehicles, tools of mobility and power, were subjected to intense use. Maintenance, already suffering from inadequacy, was further stretched thin, leading to equipment shortages and premature wear and tear. The aftermath of partition, a division that left deep scars, posed its own set of challenges. Maintenance depots and repair facilities were based on old layouts, relics of a bygone era. Relocating these facilities to accommodate the new geopolitical realities was a time-consuming task, further hampering the Army's operational readiness. The Army was a machine, its parts working in unison to protect and serve. But like any machine, it needed regular maintenance and calibration. The Army was in dire need of stability to reorganize, train, and become an effective instrument of national policy, but the hurdles were far from over. The Air Force too bore the brunt of the partition. Not unlike their counterparts on the ground, the airmen faced a myriad of challenges. The partition of the subcontinent led to a significant loss of facilities in West Pakistan. This loss necessitated the establishment of new repair organizations, an endeavor that was both time-consuming and resource-intensive. The Air Force squadrons were not initially designed for mobility. However, in the face of these new challenges, steps were being taken to make them mobile. This was a crucial change, as it meant that the Air Force could be more responsive and flexible in their operations. Moreover, the Air Force had to deal with reserve aircraft and spares that were awaiting transfer from Karachi. This was yet another logistical challenge that the Air Force had to manage in an already complex situation. In the midst of all these challenges, the Air Force was also grappling with the need for stability and reorganization. The service was in a state of flux, with its personnel and resources spread thin. The Air Force needed time to regroup, to train its personnel, and to restructure its operations to become an effective instrument of national policy. Like the Army, the Air Force was in need of stability and reorganization to effectively serve the nation. Both the Army and the Air Force endured significant challenges during the partition. The Army grappled with a multitude of issues, including reorganization, inadequate training, equipment maintenance problems, and a shortage of experienced officers. The Air Force faced similar obstacles, having to establish new repair organizations following the loss of facilities in West Pakistan. Moreover, the partition led to serious maintenance issues due to the old layouts of depots and repair facilities. But the most pressing concern was the lack of mobility within the Air Force squadrons, an issue that was being actively addressed. All these challenges underscored the need for stability, reorganization, and intensive training for both services to become effective instruments of national policy. The Defense Committee of the Cabinet discussed potential strategies and risks, emphasizing the importance of strategic locations and maintaining secure communication lines. Despite the hardships, both services demonstrated resilience and adaptability, laying the foundation for the robust defense forces we have today.